Hello and welcome to today's July 5th daily news report, as well as ongoing stimulus check package information video. If you're a subscribed member of my community, then welcome back. And if you're not, consider subscribing right now so I can keep you updated on what's going on in Washington, D.C., the U.S. economy, investing, money, and much, much more. I want to give a big shout out to those that recognize me and my wife in Vernal, Utah. I hope everybody in the community had a nice holiday weekend and celebrated the 4th of July. My wife and I went to a small town, didn't think anybody would know us, and ended up being noticed multiple times. So anyway, hello to you guys down in Vernal, Utah, and also to the gas station worker in Oregon. All right, now remember, don't fall for people that try to get you to text them about money, investing, taxes, whatever. Those are scammers. You should never text anybody that you meet on YouTube. Like, that should just be common sense, right? So don't do it. All right, also, make sure to check out the giveaway that Casey and I are doing with over $3,000 in prizes and cash. There's going to be 24 winners in total. 12 will win one of these amazing hats, and 12 are going to win $250 in cash. I can't wait to give that money away to my community. All right, now the IRS Portal for Kids, the Kids Child Tax Credit monthly checks is up, and I let you know about that last week. However, I've had over 100 comments in the last 24 hours saying, can you post that link again? How do I update my banking information, new babies, things like that? So I am going to leave a link in the pinned comment section. That's the very first comment when you click to leave a comment in the video. So make sure to watch for that. If you update your banking information between now and July 15th, you won't see your first direct deposit till August or maybe September, because they'll need time to process that. So if they don't have your banking information, the IRS is saying that your first 1 or 2 months will be a paper check sent to the most recent address they have on file. So make sure you follow that link and go get everything updated. All right, now the American Families Plan will seek to make the child tax credit monthly checks permanent for the remainder of Biden's presidency plus 1 year. So the Democrats want to see this go through his entire presidency and hopefully into the first year of another Democrat president. So they'll be pushing to make that permanent. Now, 2 progressive groups say this will become the highlight of Biden's presidency. They said, we're going to be making the case for a permanent expansion. It's smart economic policy that helps families pay for basic needs like food, rent, and bills, along with childcare and college savings, but also that it's overwhelmingly popular policy that the American people are demanding that Congress extend. So this group says this is going to be the highlight of Biden's presidency, and it's also going to help lift a lot of people out of poverty. Now, this was an idea that originally came from Senator Mitt Romney of Utah, but now Democrats have glommed onto it and made it their own. And so this is going to be the big thing that they push in the 2022 election cycle. Now, Groundwork Collaborative Executive Director Lindsay Owens said that when the monthly payments of the child tax credit start next month, we will see economic benefits that actually trickle up, down, and all around for the benefit of children, communities, and the overall economy. Now, Senator Bernie Sanders, who has put great focus on children and the climate as of lately, said, I do not think we can overstate the significance of the fact that in just 2 weeks, working class parents will begin receiving direct payments to help with the cost of raising a child. That is what we mean when we say government must work for working people, not just the wealthy. So he's putting big focus on families with children that work. And if you're not inside of that, then Bernie Sanders is not really paying attention to you at this time. Now, many Democrats want to use the American Families Plan to push for the expansion of Medicare and Medicaid, as well as boost income benefits. There is this amount of $200 a month being the number that has been focused on. However, I've seen politicians talk about it, but as of right now, nothing has been formally submitted as a bill or even a proposal. So I'm not sure where they're going to go with that right now. Now, some economists are saying all that's going to happen is they're going to expand the age, right? Move it from 65 down to 60, which is going to increase the pool of people getting money, which means everybody could get less money, right? If they don't expand that. So there's a lot of changes that are going to be happening in Washington, D.C. over the next couple of months. By the way, I just want to say thank you guys so much for giving these videos a like. I love bringing my community the news, so thank you so much. All right, now there is a battle beginning to brew within the Democrats over how to pay for the large, bold, expensive, massive new spending bill, depending on which news group you're reading from. But they hope to pass this before the 2022 election cycle begins. The battle is now, how will this be paid for? Many moderate Democrats are now beginning to see that these large spending bills can only be paid for by increasing taxes, something they promised that they would only do to the wealthy. However, the wealthy don't have enough money to put even a dent in these massive numbers. So they then want to see businesses go from a 21% tax bracket up to a 28% tax bracket. However, again, many moderate Democrats believe that this will lead to less hiring, stagnant wages, and more jobs shipped overseas as the United States becomes less competitive. Now, Oregon Democrat Senator Ron Wyden, a senator who has pushed for a $2,000 stimulus check to be included in the American Families Plan, said that what he wants to do is to take leftover stimulus money from Trump and from Biden's plan that passed just in March, and to roll that into the next spending bill, as well as raise corporate taxes. But moderates say, hey, we understand the agenda you're pushing, we just don't like how you want to pay for it. Now, for 8 months, House Speaker Nancy Pelosi dragged her feet on passing a stimulus package because states would go broke if she wasn't able to obtain the $350 billion in state aid. Well, she obtained it through President Biden in March of this year. Now, many states are reporting that they actually have budget surpluses and don't need this money. Senator Wyden said he believes that $125 billion of the $350 billion will never be spent. And so the federal government should take back that money and use it towards the Democrats' agenda items. Now, this was a worry that many Republicans fought against. They kept saying states don't need $350 billion, and this will become a massive slush fund for Democrats to control. And according to Senator Wyden, that's been true. So now many Democrats that said Republicans were heartless for wanting $300 per week unemployment instead of $600 per week are saying that these people need to get back to work and that they should take the leftover unemployment money back from the states and use it to push forward their new federal spending budget. However, Democrat Senator Ben Cardin said he doesn't like what his party is doing with all this leftover money. This money was passed in March to give several years worth of money and help, and now they want to spend it all right away. I don't like it, he said. Senator Mitch McConnell said the federal government, run by Democrats, have given themselves so much money, but will it be spent wisely? He said the Congressional Budget Office should do an analysis to see what money really needs to be spent and where money really needs to be spent. Many Republicans and moderate Democrats worry that releasing all this money at once will help in the short run, but that afterwards mega inflation will force the price of everything up on everyone, and we will be in even worse trouble. Now, I'm still gathering data, but some new research is showing that stimulus checks were more helpful to the American people and the American economy than the unemployment boost. I'll report more on this as it will be important data for the Ways and Means Committee to use as they decide whether to issue a fourth stimulus check to a targeted number of Americans. Governor Abbott of Texas said he is allocating over $1 billion in the state budget to go towards building the border wall. He said he is no longer waiting for federal aid or federal permission. The governor said, unless you live in Texas or really visit the border crisis areas, you don't understand how bad the border crisis has become. This was likely a shot at Vice President Kamala Harris for visiting the Texas-Mexico border 800 miles away from where the actual crisis is taking place. Now, the company that was shut down by President Biden's executive order against the Keystone Pipeline, this company is now suing the federal government for $15 billion. So, not only will Americans likely not get the benefits of having that oil pipeline, but they'll probably end up footing the bill as taxpayers if the federal government loses this lawsuit. Now, the infrastructure bills that I've been talking about were supposed to be voted on by July 4th. As you know, this did not happen. They dragged their feet and did not put anything in writing or bring anything to the floor for a vote. In fact, the American Families Plan that Democrats are banking on to change the country and give them something to brag about in 2022 hasn't even been put into writing yet. So they keep saying, we want this, we want that, we've got all this money, or we want even more money, but nothing is in writing as of right now. Now, many Republican governors are now saying that Schumer, Pelosi, and Biden are using stall tactics to get closer to the 2022 election cycle. But hurting Americans are going to see through this and realize that these three government leaders could have helped them sooner, but instead chose to push it closer to the elections. Governor Hogan of Maryland said that these three are playing politics with people's lives and holding the American Families Plan hostage. All right, now, I have a comment from someone in the community. Stephen, my name is Ron. I don't have a lot of money. Should I be investing in penny stocks because I can afford pennies? These big name groups sound good, but I have such little money. Thank you. All right, now I see the logic in thinking that if you only have little money, that you should invest in inexpensive stocks, like maybe penny stocks. However, most of these companies go broke, and a couple of them go to the moon, right? However, all stocks are affordable to everybody now because of something called fractional ownership. You can get this through the Robinhood app or E-Trade or any other investment app. But basically, you can buy into any company with a fractional amount of money. So you don't need to invest in penny stocks because you think you can only afford cheaper stocks. I hope that makes sense. Now, if you have little money, it actually might make sense to invest in bigger, more stable companies because you have less money that you could lose if things go wrong, right? So if it were me, I'd be looking at dividend-paying stocks, dividend stocks that have some upside growth still left in them, companies that have strong brand awareness like Microsoft, Apple, Domino's Pizza, many, many other companies out there. So just because you don't have a lot doesn't mean that you should go into penny stocks. Penny stocks are actually some of the riskier sector of investing on Wall Street. So please exercise caution and continue to do your research. I'll continue to bring you more stock ideas. I've got a couple that I'm going to be putting money into this coming week. The stock market is closed today, so all the placements I made Friday afternoon won't start taking effect until tomorrow. This is my update for today. As I know more, I will definitely come on and share more. A lot's going to be happening in Washington, D.C., and with all of these different senators. A lot has to happen so that a vote can happen in the month of July. So there is time pressure on Democrats and Republicans alike to get stuff done before we go into the August recess. So I'll continue to update you day by day as they make progress through all of these different programs. Now, before you go, make sure to check out that giveaway that Casey and I are doing with over $3,000 in prizes and cash. I also wish to remind you that you are amazing. Never link your self-worth to government policy or else you'll be disappointed. Hey, I appreciate you being in my community, and I hope you enjoy getting the news in just a few minutes from all the hours of research that I do. I appreciate you being in my community, and I'll see you on the next video.